welcome back to the show. It's great to have your company. Well, Prince William is stepping out in Brazil this morning for the first time since his uncle Andrew was stripped of his titles.
Joining us to discuss this is royal expert Victoria Arbiter. Victoria, good to see you this morning. Now, this visit by Prince William was supposed to be about his climate ambitions, but it's obviously now been taken over by this Andrew scandal, hasn't it?
Good morning to both of you. Well, certainly, yes, Andrew does represent a bit of a dark cloud over all the royal happenings at the moment, but I think that's partly why Buckingham Palace opted to release the announcement related to the former prince's fate last week, because they won't have wanted to overshadow William's trip to Brazil. Also this week, it's not just about William in Brazil. The royal family are going to be gathering for the commemorations marking Remembrance Sunday, arguably the most important week in the royal calendar. And so I think the king is certainly hoping that everything that transpired last week with Andrew was a line in the sand so that the focus can get back to the work.
Do you think that's possible?
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like every week there's something else.
Yeah, well, it's been like a dark cloud for years over the royal family, and you're absolutely right. Every week there's news stories, fresh headlines, and so I think that's why they took such drastic action. But even today, there is more news, talk of stripping Andrew of the last remaining military honour that he has, that of the rank of Vice Admiral in the Royal Navy. He served in the Royal Navy for 22 years, but he was given that honorary rank on his 55th birthday back in 2015. And so the Defence Secretary says, in accordance with the King's wishes, the move is in place to rid him of that last military honour, a sort of final humiliation for the Prince.
Well, he's a fair way down the royal succession plan, but there are calls this morning even to strip him of that.
Yes, well, exactly right. He is 8th in line to the throne, and it's actually just not as simple as putting the list together and drawing a red line through Andrew's name. It doesn't work that way. In order to be able to remove him from the line of succession, they'd have to speak to all 15 Commonwealth realms for which the king serves as head of state. That requires a lot of paperwork, a lot of time, and there are a lot of legal and constitutional complexities involved in that. It would take an act of unbelievable tragedy for Andrew to suddenly end up on the throne. The chances are very unlikely. We'd have to get to Harry before we got to Andrew, and of course he's living in California. So yeah, we won't go there.
There's Meg's and there's a whole
Fine.
So I think while it's certainly possible that they will take that extra step, of course they want to make sure T's are crossed and I's are dotted, but I think that is not a focus at the moment.
Not worth it.
No.
Well, have a good day today. Look, there's a guy in high-vis behind you. They need him over in the royal family to clean that up, I reckon. You're going to have a good day today?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to today. This is my very first Melbourne Cup.
Is it really?
How fun.
So I moved to Australia just at the end of last year. This time last year, I was actually getting my cats out of quarantine, which was horrific. So yes, I think this is going to be a much more fun version of the Melbourne Cup
No
today.
thermals needed?
I am. There's a lot of mind over matter going on right now.
You're used to this weather.
Incorporating my British sensibilities, but yes, it's a little chilly.
Yeah, keep calm and carry on and all
That's
that.
right,
Nice
that's
to
right.
see you.
Great.
Thank you so
With you.
much.
Well, the Prince of Wales is hoping to put the royal scandal behind him this morning, stepping out in Brazil for the first time since his uncle Andrew lost his titles.
Daily Mirror Associate Editor Russell Myers joins us live now from Rio de Janeiro.
Oh, Rusty.
Rusty, good to see you. Nice assignment for you there. Now, William has, of course, hit the ground running, but has he been able to escape his uncle's scandal? It seems unlikely.
Well, good morning to both of you. Join me on a beautiful Copacabana beach. William is watching a fantastic rescue mission going on here on the beach. And has he been able to put it behind him? Because it's been a pretty tumultuous few weeks for the royal family and for William, hasn't it? Uncle Andrew has been in the headlines more than he's been in the headlines in the last 2 years since this scandal concerning Jeffrey Epstein hit. However, this is all about Earthshot, and it's all about Prince William's environmental prize coming to Latin America for the first time. And I think, you know, when you look at the crowds here, there's several hundred every time he's been up Sugarloaf Mountain. We've on Copacabana, and he seems to be feeling the love from the Brazilian people as well.
Well, apparently he had a fair bit to do, by all reports, with the downfall of his uncle. Do you think he'll need to address the scandal in the coming days, or will it be just steady as she goes, keep calm and carry on?
Well, that's probably the order of the day, actually, because this is all about moving on. And I think that it all came to a head, didn't it? First of all, we had the king taking away, essentially getting Andrew to relinquish his Duke of York title. Then we had the statement coming out of him being taking his prince titles away and the rest of them. But I think William has hand to hand in it. He's always got one eye on the future. But again, this is about his big project. This is very much about bringing the Earthshot Prize. You see the chopper behind me. This is part of the rescue mission going on. It's very, very loud. But I think what we're going to do here is celebrate
wow.
Brazil, celebrate the Brazilian people.
Is that ready to pour a bucket on Prince Andrew?
Is that a bit of a rescue mission? What's going on there? All right. Well, I don't think there's anything that can rescue Andrew, that's for sure. And he's also been stripped of his Vice Admiral title, Rusty, and everyone wants him taken out of the succession line as well.
Well, the thing is, there's been a lot of people power at play here, and we've seen the king get heckled in the streets when he was on a public engagement in the UK. There was calls for Andrew in the Houses of Parliament to have all of his titles stripped before the king took it away. And I think, you know, when the Buckingham Palace and the king really recognise the feeling of the people in this. This saga has gone on for far, far too long. You know, arguably that the late Queen and William and Charles should have stripped Andrew of all his titles a few years ago when he did that Newsnight interview. However, we are where we are now. And I think that we won't be seeing much of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor for the near future, that's for sure.
You get used to saying that as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. Look, I can't believe you're on the scene of a major rescue there,
Yeah,
as well as handling all the royal news. There's nothing you can't do. What about Harry and Meg's? They were seen posting a little bit of a celebratory victory from the Dodgers. Do you think it's all a little bit cringy? I mean, they were booed the other day as well.
I wonder how you feel about
Well,
it.
they can't do wrong for right, can they? But I did think this was a little bit bizarre. I'm not sure that Harry knows what's going on here, to be honest. I mean, it's no cricket, is it, or baseball? But Harry seems to be sitting there and taking it all in. Meghan doing a little bit of a dance, which we know she loves doing recently with the baby dance, and now we've got a Dodgers dance. Bit more dodgy than Dodgers for me, I think.
In their cinema room, no less. How luxurious. All right, Rusty. Enjoy Rio. You look lovely, my friend. Obrigada. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
get
guys.
home safely,
Obrigado.
my man.